गणेशाय नमः। श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। श्री सद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानरयूतमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शिरसा नमामि। सन्तोषिणी जगन्माता मम सौभाग्यवृद्धये नमस्करोमि भक्त्या त्वां प्रसन्ना वरदा भव। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ॐ नमः प्रणवार्थाय शुद्धज्ञानैकमूर्तये निर्मलाय प्रशान्ताय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रयविनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नमः। नीलाम्बुजश्यामलकोमलाङ्गं सीतासमारोपितवामभागं पाणौ महासायकचारुचापं नमामि रामं रघुवंशनाथम्। नमः श्री तुलसीदास सत्वरिष्ठाय धीमते पूरितं हृदयं येन रामप्रेमामृतेन मे। Invoking Bhagwan's grace and Pujya Gurudev's blessings, hearty welcome to all who have come to hear the nectar of Sri Ramayana. And as he said, after 500 years of struggle, finally we were able to build Ramchandraji's temple. It is a cultural pride, and all of us Hindus should be proud about it. You may ask, what is there in building a temple? But that is not the point. It stands for our culture. So therefore, we should be very proud of it. And it was done in such a beautiful way. The whole country, the whole world was kind of enthused and jubilant, celebrated like Diwali. And now we are fortunate to hear Bhagwan's Katha just after he has arrived in Ayodhya. So Jai, Boliye Sri Sitavar Ramachandra ki Jai. Now it is said that Yatra Yatra Raghunatha Kirtanam, wherever the Raghunatha Kirtanam is there, Tatra Tatra Kritamastakaanjalim. Bhagavan Hanumanji is always present. To invoke his presence, we have kept a special seat for him. And we invoke his presence here. He will be present because he loves to listen to Ramcharita or Ramayana. It is said when Ramchandraji concluding his avatar, and going to Saket Lok and taking everyone with him. Hanumanji said, no, I don't want to come there. I want to stay here. He wants to listen to Ramakatha all his life. He was a great Katha Premi. So we invoke his presence and his blessings be with us, because we should be able to listen to Ramakatha like him. Now first sing the name of the Lord, and then we will begin the Katha. Sri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Ram. Sri Ram Jaya
Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Jaya Jaya Ram.
There are so many versions of Ramayana, even in Sanskrit language also, and in all our regional languages, in many forms. But we are going to focus on Tulsi Ramayana, because what happens when someone listens to the story, they must have heard it differently. But we are going to study Sri Ramcharitmanas as given by Goswami Tulsidas. Sometimes people ask which Ramayanam is authentic. Those who are devoted to one particular style, they think that alone is authentic. We should not think like that. Tulsidas offers his namaskaram to all poets who have sung the story of Ramayana. Those were in the past, present, and those will come in the future also. Now again a question comes, which is authentic? Tulsidas said, Kalpa Bheda Hari Charita Suhai. The idea is this, on our whole creation is not the first one and the last one. It goes in cycle, Anadi. These 4 yugas have not come for the first time. They are repeated. So there was not one Ravana. Every kalpa, someone become Ravana. Therefore Rama has to come also. But the one comes as Rama is only one. He is one and the same Lord. Therefore Ramayana is repeated in different kalpas, in different ways. Therefore don't ask this question, which Ramayanam is authentic. The best ones are Tulsi Ramayanam and Valmiki Ramayanam. So the Ramayana we are going to study is Ramcharitmanas of Goswami Tulsidas. And when we read this composition, we should keep in mind what was in the mind of Tulsidas for writing his work. If you understand that, then we don't ask question, why did you not say this or that? He made this point very clear in the beginning itself. He said, I listened to the Ramakatha from my Guru, and my Guru was very kind. And he repeatedly told the story. So many times he did not get it, but his guru was compassionate. He repeated it for him. Tadapi kahi guru barahi bara and samachu kachu mati anusara. I am telling as per what I could grasp it. He says, whatever I could grasp, I am writing in the form of a poetry. Why? He says, more mana prabhota jahi hoi. I am writing this to enlighten my mind. And also he says, swanta sukhaya. For my inner joy, I am writing this. That is, and also, and one more thing he said, Nija gira pavana karana karana. Rama jasu tulasi kayo. To purify my speech, I am singing the Lord's glory. His objective is very clear. And what is the very essence of this Tulsi Ramayana? We should know this in the beginning itself. That will be highlighted also. He says, the aim is only that my heart will be filled with greater and greater love for Ramchandraji. Now about Ramayana, some people say this Ramayana never happened. And Bhagavan is also great. He gives democratic right to everybody to think whatever they want. It never happened. Somebody says it is only a poetic imagination. Or Rama was not a god. He was only a prince. He must have been a great person. Later on people thought he was God. I have no doubt. I hope you also do not have such doubt. Because Shrota and Vakta have great faith, then only Katha become a great joy. One more point, Tulsidas always said, Ram was God himself. If God did all these things, what greatness is there? The beauty is that God was brought down among human beings, not sitting in the 7th or 9th heaven. Bhagavan was born as a child, grew up, etc., not far away in the heaven. That reminds me a joke, let me tell you. Two friends were drinking. A priest was passing by the drinking booth. One person said, hope the priest has not seen us. The other one said, why? Because God knows that we are here. The other one said, God knows it is okay. He won't tell anybody, but the priest will tell everybody. So we like such God who doesn't interfere with our lives. And we may not become like Rama, but we can be his devotee and servant. Pujya Gurudev said about Ramayana, in the Vedas there are instructions, teachings, values are enumerated and given, and instruction in the form of do's and don'ts. But we always need what we call as demonstration. How to apply those principles in real life situation that we should know. In Ramayana, you will find real life situations are given that one day Rama was told, you are going to be the king tomorrow. And the second day, he was told to go to forest. Total turn. In our life also, something like this happens. That is why Ramayanam is very... Nowadays people are producing different what you call version of Ramayanam also in the TV. And even TV people are making money producing different versions. Something born of someone's imagination cannot survive centuries. Now, Tulsidas ji was born when Mughal Emperor Akbar was ruling India. About his life, whatever data is available is accepted. I hope all of you know Tulsidas ji's story, at least. How many of you know? Okay, but there are so many who doesn't know. I will tell you briefly. He was born near Allahabad to his father Atmaram Dubey and mother Tulasi. So that's why I think he put his pen name Tulsidas ji. As soon as the child was born, father passed away. And when he was born, instead of crying like any other child, he said Ram. So they called him Ram Bola. And the astrologers predicted that, looking at his horoscope, that he is a star-crossed child. Star-crossed child means what? Parents will die, or whoever take care of him also will die. It so happened his mother also passed away, and a servant lady who took pity on the child and took care of the child, she also died with a snake bite. Now the child became an orphan, and it seems Parvati Devi herself used to come and feed him. And one day there was a great saint, Harihar Baba, who was passing through the village. He saw the child and heard the story. He took pity on the child and took him with him. And he took him to Benares and taught him the Ramayana. Not only Ramayana, all other Vedas, Upanishads, and Sanskritam, everything he taught. 12 years he studied under him. And after graduation, he came back to his village and started living in his house. And naturally he got a job in the nearby temple as a priest. And then he got married to one beautiful girl called Ratnavalli. Now Tulsidas ji, after getting married, he got so attached to his wife because in his life he never experienced any motherly love, sisterly love, or any woman's love in his life. Say one person came to his life was his wife. So he got so attached to her. As soon as he finishes his puja, etc. in the temple, immediately come home. He wants to be around her. And this also irritated his wife because the others were teasing her. What is that jadoo you have on your husband? Please also tell us, we can also use that. Like this, people were teasing her. One day it so happened that she had to leave for her father's house. So she must have left a note, like you people write a note and leave it on the refrigerator. Food is cooked and kept in the refrigerator. Please heat up and eat, like that. Some instructions she has. She also said, I cooked some food and kept it. I had to leave immediately to my father's house. And he read the note and he was feeling empty house, miserable. And he waited for some time, but by evening came, he could not take any more. So he set out in search of her. It was pouring rain and the river was in flood and he didn't know how to cross it. He saw something floating. He caught hold of it and crossed the river. Afterwards they found out it was a dead body. He did not even know that it was a dead body. So infatuated he was. And then he went to the house. The house was totally, the door was closed, and there was only one way to get to the house, to climb the wall. And he was looking for something to hold on. So he saw something hanging, and he held on to it and climbed. Afterwards they found out it was a snake. That snake gave up his life for Tulsidaji's. And finally he went and knocked at the door of the wife. She opened the door, and what she saw, her husband standing completely drenched in rainwater, all smelling all over because he touched the dead body. Pathetic condition. And all of you wives must be happy looking at a husband coming like that, daring, and all the odds and coming to you. But instead of that, she said, what a pity that for this body, flesh and marrow, you are so attached. This much of attachment if you have shown to Bhagavan Ramchandraji, Bhagavan would have given you darshan and blessed you. What a waste. Now, the moment he heard that, Tulsidaji was ready. It hit him like an arrow piercing his heart. And he did not say, anyway, I have come, let me stay here one night and then go. No, nothing like that. Immediately he turned around and walked away. Suppose this was told to our husbands, what will happen? They will go to the shopping mall and come back. Yehi to jindagi hai. But Tulsidaji did not do that, because he was ready. And he went to Benares and put up an ashram. And Tulsidaji was offering water under a tree. And every day he was pouring water. So at the top of the tree there was a ghost living. The ghost thought that Tulsidaji is offering water to me. So he was very pleased. So he appeared before Tulsidaji and said, I am very pleased with you. What can I do for you? Tulsidaji said, if you can do something for me, do something. What? Show me Ramchandraji. The ghost said, if I can show Ramchandraji, why should I be in the ghost form? I should have been liberated long time ago. But he said, I can tell you one thing. There is a temple here, and that temple, there is Panditji is giving Ramakatha. Wherever Ramakatha is there, Hanumanji will be there. So, you go, you will see an old man sitting in the corner, and he will not be like Hanumanji, but he will be like an old Brahmana sitting there. So therefore, wait for everybody to leave, then hold on to his feet and say that, I know who you are. Please bless me. So Tulsidaji did exactly what the ghost said. And there was Hanumanji. And Hanumanji, he held on his feet and said, Bhagavan, I know who you are. Please bless me. Hanumanji appeared and he said, yes. What is that you want? He said, please take me to Ramchandraji. And Hanumanji said, yes, come to Chitrakoot. There on the festival day, Ram Navami day, Bhagavan, everybody will come. Bhagavan also will come. You can see him. And Tulsidaji sat outside the temple and giving tikka to everybody. Ramchandraji also stood in line to get the tikka. Ramchandraji, Lakshmanji both. But what happened was Tulsidaji did not recognize him. And he was very tall. So he asked a young boy standing very tall, he asked, Beta jara chuko. Just bend down a little bit, then I can put tika. And Bhagavan said, if I bend down, the whole world will bend down. But he touched. So Tulsidaji touched him. That touch was something different completely, called Brahma Samsparsham. Once you have that touch of Bhagavan, then you will be completely different. Tulsidaji felt something different, but he didn't know what it was. And then again, after everybody is gone, he did not see Ramchandraji, he complained to Hanumanji. What? You said you will show me and I didn't see him. And Hanumanji said, that person who you asked him to bend down, that was Ramchandraji. Then Tulsidaji felt so bad. Bhagavan, you came out of compassion to give me darshan. I am such a papi, I am not able to see you. Then Hanumanji said, okay, I will give one more chance. And he said, now he is coming on the horses, look at it. Still Tulsidaji was not able to see, but Hanumanji took the form of a parrot and whispered in his ears, now you see. And then he was able to see. That is called, this is the greatest teaching, because only with the Upadesha of Guru at the right point, you will have the vision of truth. That is what Guru is. Hanumanji's Guru. Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam. So Hanumanji is none other than Bhagavan Dakshinamurti. So he is Adi Guru. So his Upadesha, with his Upadesha, Tulsidaji was able to have that vision. And once he had the vision of Bhagavan, Tulsidaji was totally felt fulfilled completely. And he wanted to write Ramakatha. First he started writing in Sanskritam. But every day he writes, the pages used to disappear. So then Bhagavan appeared in it. I think Shivji appeared in his dream and told him that in Sanskritam there are so many are there available. One is Valmiki Ramayanam is there, Adhyatma Ramayanam is there. So you don't, the coming generation, they will not be learning Sanskritam that much. So therefore you write in Lokabhasha. So Tulsidaji decided to write the Katha in Awadh dialect. So what Ramchandraji spoke in Ayodhya, that particular dialect, Tulsidaji chose and he started writing. And after writing 2 years' time he completed. And then he presented to the public. But the scholars, those days it was very difficult to write anything in Lokabhasha. People don't respect it. So unless it is written in Sanskritam, they will not accept, the scholars will not accept. So they debated that it is authentic or not authentic. But finally somebody said that let us put to test this work of Tulsidaji. So they took the book to in Kashi Vishwanath temple and kept the book down, and all other Upanishad, Valmiki Ramayana, Adhyatma Ramayana and all other Puranas etc. they kept above and closed the door. Next day morning when they went, they saw Tulsi Ramayanam is on the top because Lord Shiva read the whole thing and written Satyam Shivam Sundaram. And once they saw that, afterward they accepted Tulsidaji's work and nobody questions it afterwards. And Tulsidaji has written other books also, Gitavali, Kavitavali, Vinayapatrika, then Hanuman Chalisa, which is very famous. So he attained mukti. He lived more than 100 years and attained mukti. Now, in the beginning, there are Vandana Shlokas. There are 7 cantos in this Ramayana. Beginning of every canto, there are shlokas in Sanskrit language. Those Sanskrit verses are so beautiful that you can see his expertise in using words. Tulsidas does namaskar to all saints and sages, and even to those evil-minded people also. Then he offers his salutations to all great personalities of Ramayana. After offering namaskar, then he sings the glory of the name of Lord. It's called Rama Nama Mahima. Rama Katha Mahima is there. Rama Guna Mahima is also there. It goes on and on. There afterwards, he compares the entire Ramakatha to Manas Sarovar. Enter into that lake, you need some ghats. Steps are also there. There are 4 ghats. One ghat of this Ramakatha is there in Prayag, Allahabad. And there Yajnavalkya Rishi narrates this story to Bharadwaja Muni. This ghat is called Karma Ghat. Then the second ghat is in Kailas. Lord Shiva telling the story to Parvati. This is called Jnana Ghat. The other ghat is in Meru Parvat, and one great devotee, Kaga Bhushundiji, he remains in the form of a crow. He narrates the story to Garudji. This is called Upasana Ghat, Bhakti. Other ghat is Chitrakoot, where Goswami Tulsidaji is the Vakta. He says, I am telling the story to myself, to my own mind. So therefore it's called Dina Ghat, the one who is completely helpless and depend on Bhagavan alone. This Ramayana Katha, when you read, you will see Bharadwaj's name. Or Uma Kahahume Anubhava Apana, Parvati's name also comes. So these 4 ghats, Jnana, Bhakti, Karma and Dina Ghat. Then to enter into these waters, glory of Ramchandraji is the waters of the Manas Sarovar. The steps to enter the lake, they are the 7 cantos. Tulsidaji calls it as Sopan. Prathama Sopan, Dvitiya Sopan, etc. But in other Ramayanam, the names are like Balakant, Ayodhya Kant, etc. These steps, through these steps, you enter into this beautiful lake called Ram Yashas. Then he begins his story from Prayag. The Bharadwaj Muni ashram, so many Rishi Munis used to come and stay there during December, January month. Yajnavalkya Rishi came and he used to hold Vedanta Charcha there. The Magha month was over and everybody was leaving. Yajnavalkya Rishi was leaving, then Bharadwaj Rishi requested him not to leave. Why? Because I have a question. What is that? Who is this Rama? Was this Rama God or a prince of Ayodhya? God or man? Now this doubt is there because if God, then how can he have doubt, anger, ignorance and grief like any other ordinary human being? And he fought with Ravana. If he is just a human being, then how is that Lord Shiva is worshipping him as God? Even now, these doubts are there. Yajnavalkya Rishi said, actually, you have no doubt. You just want to listen to Ramakatha. That is all. But I am very happy you asked this question. I have an opportunity to remember the Lord. Then he begins entering into a story. That story is Lord Shiva's story with Sati. And afterwards Sati became Parvati story. Instead of Ramayanam, he starts with Shivaya. Lord Shiva is the very embodiment of faith. When we have Shraddha, and then we can have Bhakti. So you enjoyed Shiva Katha, that means you have faith. Now you will enjoy Rama Katha. Then he enters into the story of Ramayanam. Now and then he gets into another topic. It is said, whenever there is a decline in righteousness, an increase in unrighteousness, the Lord incarnates here to re-establish dharma. Here, why did Bhagavan come in the form of Rama? There must be reason for that. Even though this is the main reason, but still a doubt comes. Why that particular form? As we saw before, different kalpas are there. Bhagavan comes down for different reasons. Therefore, a few beautiful stories are given here. Ramavatar Hetu. Another reason is his compassion towards jivas bring him down. Karunyameva karanam pradhanam. Then the whole Ramayana story begins. Now we come to the Vandana Shlokas.
Sanghanam rasanam chandasamapi mangalanam chakartarau vande vani vinayakau bhavani shankarau vande shraddha vishvasarupinau Yabhyam vina na pashyanti siddha swantastamishwaram Vande bodhamayam nityam gurum shankararupinam Yamashritau hi vakropi Chandra sarvatra vandyate Sita Rama gunagrama punyaranya viharinau Vande vishuddha vijnanau kavishwara kapishwarau Udbhavasthiti samharakarinīm kleshaharinim sarvashreyaskarim sitam natoham rama vallabham yanmaya vashavarti vishwamakhilam brahmadi devasura yat satvadamrishaiva bhati sakalam rajau yatha brahmaha yat padaplavamekαμeva hi bhavam bodhe siddhirshavatam vandeham tamashesha karana परमीशं हरिम् नानापुराणनिगमागमसम्मतं यद् रामायणे निगदितं क्वचिदन्यतोऽपि स्वान्तः सुखाय तुलसीरघुनाथगाथा भाषानिबन्धमतिमञ्जुलमातनोति भाषानिबन्धमतिमञ्जुलमातनोति.
Varnanam arthasanganam rasanam chandasamapi mangalanam chakartarau vande vani vinayakau. I bow down to Goddess Saraswati, Vani and Vinayaka, the Lord of obstacles. Now who are they? Varnanam arthasanghanam rasanam chandasamapi mangalanam chakartarau. Kartaro means giver. Whenever you write poetry, you have to have knowledge of Varna, means alphabets. Varnamala. Words. Arthasanghanam, and those words also must be meaningful words. You should have clear knowledge of the meaning of the words that you use. Rasanam chandasamapi. And when you write a poetry, it has to be in the right meters. So the knowledge of the right meters should be there. Most importantly, rasanam. The sentiments must be expressed properly. Otherwise, it is so dry. As you listen to the poetry, that sentiment should rise in our mind. Mangalanam, finally the result of all those things should be auspicious, giving auspiciousness to the listener. And means bhakti rasa should be the outcome. So this is the first prayer. And second one is Bhavani Shankarau Vande Shraddha Vishwasarubinau Yabhyam Vinana Pashyanti Siddha Swantastamishwaram. I bow down to Bhavani and Shankara Bhagavan because they are the embodiment of Shraddha and Vishwas. What is the difference between Shraddha and Vishwas? Both meanings are same. One is masculine gender, another is feminine gender. That's all. There's no other meaning. Because without the faith, we will not be able to recognize in our heart. Even though Bhagavan is present in our heart, we are not able to recognize it. That is because we have no Shraddha or Vishwas. So, even the great seekers are not able to discover without Shraddha and faith. Lord Shiva and Parvati are the embodiment of Shraddha and Vishwas. May I be blessed with, even to have Shraddha and Vishwas, we have to depend upon Bhagavan's blessings. Third one. Then he offers his salutation to his Guru, very embodiment of knowledge. Who is Guru? Shankara Rupinam, Gurum Shankara Rupinam. Lord Shiva himself is there in the form of our Guru. Shankara Bhagavan has got a crescent moon which is bent a little. Teda hai. Because that Chandrama is with the Lord. Even though he is crooked, he gets namaskar. That is why when a disciple goes with his Guru, he also gets namaskar. Yo Chandraha Vakropi. Yamashito hi Vakropi. Chandra Sarvatra Vandyate. Even though he is crooked, but still he is respected because he is adorning the head of Bhagavan. Then he does namaskar to Kavishwar, that is Valmiki Rishi, and Kapishwar means Hanumanji. because they are all the time reveling in the glory of the stories of Rama. One is living in the forest and the other living in the Grama village. These Valmiki and Hanumanji are reveling in the glory of Ramachandraji. Namaskar to them. Now next one, Sitaji. I bow down to Sitaji, beloved of Sri Ramachandraji, and she is the very Adishakti Maya who creates, sustains and dissolves the whole universe. Udbhavasthiti samhara karinim kleshaharinim sarvashreyaskarim Sitam natoham Ramavallabham. The one who removes all affliction and bestow all well-being on you, that's Sitaji, my namaskar. And finally, Lord Rama, Lord Rajmandraji, I bow down to the Lord whose name is Ram, because he delights you. Rama Saptah means the one who delights you. He is Hari, as he removes all your sorrow. Under the power of his Maya, the whole universe exists. All the guardians and all the devatas, presiding deities exist, with whose power he is the very reality, the truth behind the whole creation. Because of him alone, the world appears to be real. And to cross over the ocean of samsara, the only refuge is his lotus feet. Ashesha Karana Param is the primordial cause, the causeless cause. To that Rama, my namaskaram. And seventh one, Nana Purana Nigamagama Sammatam Yad Ramayane Nikatitam Kuchitanyadopi. Whatever is said in the Ramayana, Tulsidaji says, it is not my imagination. All the Veda, Shastra, Puranas, whatever is said there is approved by them. And Kuchit Anyatopi, other sources are also, and also from his own experience. And for that, for what purpose you are writing this Ramayana? Swantat Sukhaya, for his own inner joy that he has written. And after completing the Ramayanam, he tells also, Vayo Parama Vishram. He attained that, the inner peace. With this Vandana Slokas, the Vandana Slokas are over. Then there are some in Avadha also, but this is now for a purpose, it is good. Now we have seen the general introduction to Ramcharitmanas and how Goswami Tulsidaji introduced the topic. We saw that Bhagavan take avatar to re-establish dharma, and in different kalpas, different jivas become Ravanas. People ask, how come Ramavatar take place every yuga? Because Ravanas are there and hence he has to come. Now in the story of the cause of his avatar being narrated, there is one interesting story pointing out the avatar Hetu. Even though that story gives the reason for Lord's avatar, there are so many points, even from the psychological standpoint, that are worth learning from that story. Therefore, I will tell you the story as it is narrated in Tulsi Ramayanam. Up to 124.
हिमगिरि गुहायक गति पावनी बह समीप सुरसरि सुहावनी आश्रम परम पुनीत सुहावा देखि देव ऋषि मन अति भावा निरखि शैल सरि विपिन विभागा भयउ रमापति रति पद अनुरागा सुमिरत हरि श्राप गति बाधी सहज बिमल मन लागी समाधि मुनि गति देखी सुरेश डेराना काम ही बोली कीन सनमाना सहित सहाय चाहु मम हेतु चलयु हर्षिय चल चर केतु सुना सिर मन महु असि त्रासा चहत देव ऋषि मम पुरबासा जय कामी लोलुप जग माही कुटिल काक इव सब ही डेराही सुख हाडले भाग सठ स्वान निरखी मृगराज छीनि लई जनि जान जड़ तिमि सुरपति न लाज
यावर रामचंद्र पवन सुत हनुमान
की जय
उमापति महादेव
की जय
बोलो भाई सब संतन
की जय.
Those who are familiar with our Puranas, then you are familiar with a great devotee, Narada Muni. Whenever he comes, the story becomes interesting. The meaning of Narada is Naram Datati iti Naradaha. The one who gives you knowledge and devotion of the Lord is called Narada. He is the most wonderful missionary of the Lord. Now, Himagiri Guha Ek Ati Pavani. Once Narada Muni was roaming about. Actually, he was under a curse by his elder brother, Daksha Prajapati, that he does not stay in one place, because wherever he went and whoever he met, he made them sannyasis. His brother's children were also converted into sannyasis. Then there was a second batch of children also. They also become sannyasis. Therefore, his brother, Daksha Prajapati, cursed him that you will not be able to stay in one place more than few seconds. Narji said, it is good, I can go to more places and spread more knowledge. Roaming about, he went to Himalayas, beautiful, and Gangaji was flowing. Then he saw a beautiful ashram. The celestial sage, he was very happy to see all those beautiful surroundings. When he saw such wonderful beauty around, he is a devotee of Lord. His mind was transported to the Lord. If his creation is beautiful, how beautiful will be the Lord. What he saw was Srishti, but his mind went to Srishtikarta. His heart was filled with love of Lord. Suppose a businessman sees Gangajal, he will think how to bottle it and sell it. Hot water spring he sees, he will think of opening a coffee shop there. But Narji's mind is noble. And when he saw the beauty, his heart was filled with love for Lord. When the thought of Lord became strong, all the curse and all that disappeared. He sat there in samadhi. For him it was sahajam, natural. We keep on struggling in our meditation seat because we see lot of obstacles. He was absorbed effortlessly in samadhi. Now what happened in Devaloka, Indra got frightened. His worry was, if he does such great tapas, then I will have to vacate my chair. He will take my Indrapadam. That was his worry. So he has a permanent party for such occasion. They call Madan Kumaran party. He called him and said, you go and disturb the tapas of Narada Muni. Now one may occupy a very high place of power. That does not mean that person's mind is also high, because that spiritual height is something different. And this material power is different. Corruption in high places, you must have heard. Place is high, but the mind is not pure. This is the psychology even now we can see. Indra called Kamadev and said, go and disturb Naraji's tapas. So far, Kamadev and Indra was successful with other saints and sages. Indra thought the same trick he can play on Naraji also. Kamadev created spring season, all flowers in full bloom. Cuckoo bird is singing, perching on the beautiful tree. Cool and soft, fragrant breeze started blowing. Then exciting, beautiful music started. And all that Urvashi, Lamba, Tirottama, etc. Apsaras came and danced in front of Naraji. Naraji opened his eyes and saw, but nothing happened to him. His mind was calm, quiet, no sensual desire or anything. Not only that, he did not get angry also. Now Kamadev got frightened. He thought he will get angry and curse me. He was worried. If he is not successful, then his boss will get angry with him. How this Narada was able to hold on? The answer is given. Seema ki chapi sakai koi tasu, bada rakhavar ramapati jasu. The point is, Naraji's mind was absorbed in Bhagavan. So the Lord was protecting his mind. And when the Lord is protecting the mind, who can break that mind of that person? When the Lord is the protector, what Kamadev can do? From this we come to know a very important point we have to learn. In life, we get very much tempted or get angry. We don't know how to overcome that. The secret is we have to lift our mind to the Lord. If our mind more and more rises in love for Lord, the Lord alone protects our mind. If you think with our own strength we can do it, then you will see what happened to Narada. Kamadev came prostrated to Narada and said, it is not my fault, you know my boss. He is the one who asked me to do this. Narada said, don't worry, go back to heaven. He did not get angry also. So far so good. Now there was a breaking news in Surgalok. Naraji has conquered lust and desire and anger. Immediately the news went viral. Now the whole world came to know. Naraji also got the news. Naraji started thinking, see how great I am. Even though he is a devotee and his mind was protected by the Lord himself, but now the attention shifted from God to himself. This is called fall. In the forgetfulness of Lord is the birth of ego. If someone criticizes you, you should be actually happy. If someone praises you, you should be careful. They will even say, you are God. One woman filed a divorce. against her husband after 20 years of marriage. Judge asked why. She said there is a religious difference. What? He thinks he is God. I can't accept his religion. Next step is whenever abhimanam comes, next is showing off. That's called pradarshan. When abhimanam comes, pradarshan. Suppose your picture comes in the newspaper. You make copies and distribute to all friends. Then afterwards, the same paper, people eat moongfali. Narada thought everybody should know his glory. Immediately he went to Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva asked Naraji, where were you? I didn't see you for a long time. How is everything? Now he was waiting for that question. He said, I went to Himalayas and sat there in Samadhi. Then Kamdev came to disturb, but he could not do anything to me. I defeated him also. Now he did not say, whereas, unlike you, you got angry and burned him. I did not do that. I am a step ahead of you. That's what he thought in his mind. He didn't say. Lord Shiva got angry and burned the Kamdev. Now, Narada did not do that. So Narada thought he broke the record of Lord Shiva. Bhagavan Shivaji said, Narada, listen. This conversation, please keep it up to this point only. Don't tell others. Particularly, do not tell Lord Vishnu. Narada felt Lord Shiva is jealous of him. And that is why he is telling like this. Now Doha 127.
संबुदीन उपदेशित नहीं नारद ही सुहान भरद्वाज कौतुक सुनहु हरि इच्छा बलवान.
Even though Lord Shiva gave him good advice, Jambudina Upadesha Hita, Nahi Naradahi Sohan. But he did not listen, he did not like it. Then Hari Cha Balavan. The will of God is strong. When you forget God, Ahankara, then Ahankara comes, Pradarshanam. You have to show to others, and when they give you good advice, you won't listen to it. Then he went to his father, Brahmaji. Brahmaji, son, where did you go? He told the same thing to his father also. Brahmaji thought, my son is a devotee of Lord. What happened to him now? Naraji was expecting great praises from his father, Brahmaji. But Brahmaji was silent. That means he disagreed with Naraji. It's called Mauna Upadesha. First one was Hitopadesh. He did not get it. Second one, Mauna Upadesha, that also Naraji could not get it. Now he went to Vaikuntham. Bhagavan got up and received Narada, and Bhagavan smiled and said, you have not given darshan for a long time. Lord's smile is called Maya. It can delude you or release you from Maya. Narada explained in detail what happened with Kamadev, etc. Bhagavan did not like what Narada said, but the Lord said, what great wonder is there that you conquered Kamadev. If a person remember your name Narada, he will conquer Kama and Krodha. Narada felt so good. And he said, showing false humility, he said, All because of your grace, Bhagavan. Lord is most compassionate, and what he saw is in my devotee's mind, the seed of pride and arrogance is taking root. My promise to devotees, Name Bhakta Pranashyati, my devotee never perishes. Now I will have to do something to uproot this tree of moha. It is to be nipped in the bud. Now what happens, we will see after the break. Okay. Prasanga. Narji did not listen to Hitopadesham, good advice by Lord Shiva, and also his father Brahmaji, silent advice. But finally, he went to Bhagavan Vishnu. Bhagavan Vishnu thought that, how come my devotee has developed this ego and arrogance? And Bhagavan promises that, Name Bhakta Pranashyati. I will never give up my devotee, or he will never come to harm. So, deciding that, Bhagavan wanted to correct this Naraji. So what he did, that is the story now we have to see. So, Bhagavan has got his own tricks. Narada bowed down his head and took leave of Bhagavan. Then what happened? Narada saw a huge city, more beautiful than Vaikuntha. Now he became curious. He also noticed some festivities are going on. Then he started making enquiry. Yeah, 129 after 129 Chaupai. Basahi Nagar Sundar.
बसहि नगर सुंदर नर नारी जनु बहु मन सिजरति तनु धारी ते पुर बसई शील निधि राजा अगणित हय गय सेन समाजा सत सुरेश सम विभव विलासा रूप तेज बल नीति निवासा विश्व मोहनीता सुकुमारी श्री विमोह स्वरूप निहारी सोई हरि माया सब गुण खानी शोभाता सुखी जाई बखानी करई स्वयं बर सो नृप बाला आए अगणित महिपाला मुनि कौतुकी नगर ते गयऊ पुरवासिन सब पूछत भयऊ सुनि सब चरित भूप गृह आए करि पूजा निप मुनि बैठाए हानि दिखाई नारद ही भूपति राजकुमारी कहु नाथ गुण दोष सब एहि के हृदय विचारी रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय.
Now, Naraji inquired. They said, this is Srinivas Nagar. Who is the king? Sheela Nithi Raja. Now, why all these festivities? Now, the Raja has got a Rajakumari. Her name is Vishwamohini. And a marriage, Swayamvara, is going to take place in a couple of days. Now, Bhagavan has created these with his own Maya. And that Maya herself is the Vishwamohini. Extremely beautiful. In front of her, all other beauty queens looks extra. Her Swayamvar is going to take place. Now what is Swayamvar? A marriage in which the girl keep a mala in her hand and go around listening to the glories of each prince and decide which one she should marry. Naraji said, I would like to meet the king. Naraji is received everywhere. King received him. King said, my daughter is getting married. You are a Sarvatnya. Please see in her future what is good and bad. Please tell me. And when Naraji saw her, that Vishwamohini, he again went into another samadhi. His heart was filled with so much of love and joy. He kept on looking at her and he took her hand to see her fortune, but he won't let go of her hand. Then Raja had to remind, Naraji, please tell us her future. He finally said, Rajan, whoever marry her, he will be the king. He will become ageless, deathless, ever victorious in the battlefield, and the whole world also will serve that person. Now what he said was true, because only Lord alone can be her husband. But Naraji's mind is disturbed. He thought anyone she marry, he will become that Lord. Naraji thought, if only she marry me, I will become ageless, deathless, etc. Now, until now, he was boasting that he conquered lust and desire. Now, in life also, we can experience this. Whenever we think that we conquered desire or anger, next moment something will happen and we become a prey to that. Therefore the Shastra says, till death don't take your mind for granted. Naraji started thinking, I should get married to her. So that's why in Gita Bhagavan said, Dhyayato Vishayat Pumsa Sangasteshu Pajayate. Sangas Samjayate Kamaha Kama Krotho Vijayate. All this you can see here. Thinking and brooding over, it became a strong desire for Naraji. He forgot about his earlier boasting of conquering Kamadev. Then he knew she will not marry me if I am in this present form. It is said, Rupamichanti Kanyaka, Mata Vittam Pita Sutam, Bandhava Kulamichanti, Rupamichanti Kanyaka. So what girls look for in her husband is his look. And Mata, she think about whether he is wealthy or not. And what Pita think about how famous he is, how good he is. Bandhava, the relatives are interested in what family he belongs to. This is how it is. So Narada knew she will marry only the one who is handsome and beautiful. So he said, I will go to Hari. Bhagavan and asked for such a beauty, seeing that she will marry only me. But to please the Lord, we have to do penance. Now he said there is no time for penance. Another thing, right, another problem for him was, I cannot do tapas now because my mind is so much into her. I don't know what to do. Bhagavan is very sportive. Bhagavan suddenly appeared before Narada. How? Naradji, where are you going? So anxious and worried. Naradji said, I was looking for you only. Bhagavan, be compassionate and help me. After telling the story, what happened, finally he requested, give me your form. Make me look like you. Now look at this. Once desire rises in the mind, to what extent you go, there is no limit. He said, there is no other way to wed that Rajakumari. Bhagavan, I am your servant. Do that in which lies my good and welfare. He thinks that my welfare is in getting married to Vishwamohini. Also he said, please do something which is good for me. Bhagavan thought, yes, I will do what is supreme good for you. Seeing the power of his Maya, Bhagavan said, listen Narada, I will do such a thing in which lies your supreme good. Just like the patient asks for wrong food, the doctor doesn't give. The same way, I am going to bless you. But Narada did not get the hint. He was so engrossed, with the thought of marrying Vishwamohini. Bhagavan blessed him. Narada quickly went and sat amidst the Rajakumaras. Bhagavan is very sportive and at the same time compassionate also. What happened was, Narada's face became like a monkey. Because Hari Shabda has got two meanings. One meaning is Bhagavan, another meaning is monkey. But all other people can see him as Narada only. Only Vishwamohini could see him as monkey. And there were two Rudraganas, servants of Lord Shiva. They also could see Narada's monkey face. And Narada sat in one row and looked at all Rajkumaras. Now he was thinking, why these people are sitting here? They know that they are not going to win her. Look at me, she is going to choose me. Vishwamohini with a garland in hand, she was coming. And when she saw Narada with the monkey face, she turned her face and skipped that row. But Narada tried to get her attention again and again. But no, there was use. His condition became miserable. Now, one Mahatma explained about this situation, why Vishwamohini turned her face away and went away. Narada is Bhagavan's devotee. Now, all others who are sitting with Bhakta, Vishwamohini is Maya. She thought that I cannot have any sway over them. So she went away. Therefore, what is the lesson? We should remain with saintly people only, then Maya will not touch. Then what happened was, our Lord came in the form of a Raja, and Vishwamohini recognized her Lord and she garlanded him. Now marriage is over and Bhagavan took her. When a person has got so much of infatuation, and he thought that he is going to get it, and then loses in a second. The frustration and anger is uncontrollable. At that time, these Rudraganas said, from behind, Jara aine mein dekho move. Look at your face in the mirror. See, if you look at the mirror and see your face is one thing, but somebody asks you to look at your face in the mirror is different. Now, Naraji got suspicious. He went and saw his face. It was monkey face. He got so angry and looked at Rudraganas and cursed them. You become Rakshasas, you laugh at me. Again he saw his face. It was Narada's only. But his anger turned to the Lord now. You cheated me. Now what shall I do? Bhagavan appeared before him with Lakshmi Devi and Vishwamohini together. When he saw Bhagavan, Naraji's anger increased.
परम स्वतंत्र न सिर पर कोई, भावई मन ही करहु तुम सोई। भले ही मंद मंदे भल करहु, विस्मय हर्ष नहीं कछु धरहु। डहकी डहकी परिचेहु सब काहू, अति असंक मन सदा उछाहू। कर्म शुभाशुभ तुम ही न बाधा, अब लगी तुम ही न काहू साधा। भले भवन अब बायन दीना, पावहुगे फल आपन कीना। बंचहु मोहि जवनि धरि देहा, सोई तनु धरहु चाप मम एहा।
Bhagavan, you are supremely independent. Parama Sutantra, Nasira Parakoi, and nobody is above you. That is why you have become arrogant. Now Naraji is telling Bhagavan. Therefore, whatever comes to your mind, you do. I don't know why I believed you. I should have checked your earlier record. When the ocean of milk was churned, the poison came, you gave that to Lord Shiva. And when Lakshmi ji came, you took her for yourself. And Kaustubamani also. You are also like that, selfish. I don't know how I believed you. You are the one, karma does not touch you. Now, until now, you did not meet anyone to challenge you. But today, you have one standing right in front of you. I am going to teach you a lesson. He became Karmaphala Dhata. Now I will curse you. Even though you are the Lord, you came as a human king to marry her, and you will have to take birth as a human being. So Rajyapal becomes Dwarapal. It is a demotion. And you made my face monkey. Therefore, you will have to take help of monkeys. It is also degrading. And you separated me from the woman of my heart. You will also suffer the pangs of separation from your wife. Bhagavan thought that you were never united. How come? Now ask Bhagavan, anything else? Arji? No, this much only I can think of now. Bhagavan said, you have cursed me, I accept it. And Bhagavan withdrew his Maya. The moment Maya is gone, suddenly Narada felt repentful. Now I am cursing Bhagavan. I am his devotee. As a devotee, only love of God should come into my mind. And how love of a woman came to my mind. Earlier I boasted that I conquered lust and all that. Actually, it was a blessing that my form was monkey. He fell at his feet. Bhagavan, please forgive me. Let all the curse be neutralized, nullified. Bhagavan said, it was my wish only. Lord did not blame him. He was so compassionate. Narada asked, how will I become, how will I come out of my sin? That I spoke to you like this, that I cursed you. Bhagavan said, chant Lord Shiva's name. He did not say, remember me, because Narada offended Bhagavan, Shivji, and therefore he should propitiate him. Bhagavan went away. No, those two Rudraganas came and asked for his forgiveness. Narada said, you will become Rakshasas, but you will be so powerful that the Lord alone has to come to kill you. Once that happens, you will be released of this curse. Singing the glories of Lord, Narada went away. These Rudraganas became Ravana and Kumbhakarna. What we should keep in mind is, may my mind keep auspicious thoughts. Let my mind revel in the thought of Lord. Now, Goswami Tulsidas ji gives various stories. There are 4 more stories are there, and I don't think I have time for it. So indicating the reason for Bhagavan to take avatar in different cycles of creation, kalpas. The Rudraganas became Ravana Kumbhakarna. That is why Ravana was a Shiva Bhakta. In the dynasty of Pulastya Rishi, this Ravana and Kumbhakarna and Vibhishana, they were born, and 3 of them practiced great penance. Single-pointed concentration is called tapas. And these asuras, very good in concentration power. There are 2 things about our mind. One is called concentration. Another is called purification. Some people are very good in achieving concentration, but not necessarily that they have purity of mind. And some people, their minds are good, but no concentration. That is why we find in our Puranas, many asuras performed ghora tapas. When it comes to asking for a boon, then you will see what type of boon they ask. Ravana, Kumbhakarna, Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu, and after getting boon, what they do? These are from Itihasas and Puranas. It is primarily on events based. Puranas are learning based. Now Ravana, Kumbhakarna, Vibhishana performed tapas. Brahmadev was pleased. The law is when you work, you should get the result. Brahmaji said, what is that boon you seek from me? Ravana said, I want all power and might ruling over the whole world, even gods in the heaven, and I should not die. Brahmaji said, deathless is not possible. Once you are born, you have to die. You can choose your death. Okay. Then he said, I should not die in the hands of any mighty force except man or monkey. Because he thought that man and monkey are not a threat to him. Brahmaji said, okay, Kumbhakarna said, 6 months sleep and one day I get up. Brahmaji said, before he changed his mind, he said, okay. Vibhishana said, he asked for Haribhakti, he was Satvik. Ravana was Rajas, Kumbhakarna was Tamas. Ravana married to Mandodari. He had children, Indrajit, Akshakumara, etc. His order to his people was to destroy whoever performed yajna, yaga, worship of cows, etc. Now terrorism at its peak during his rule. Rakshasa, opposite is Sakshara. Sakshara means highly educated people. Highly literate people become perverted. They become Rakshasas. All these big level corruptions are committed by highly educated people only. Tulsidaji points out what is the lakshana of these Rakshasas. Wickedness, stealing, all the time gambling, and their eyes are on other man's wealth or wife. No regards for mother, father, wife. And they make all the sadhus to serve them. Those who have this type of tendencies, please understand that they are of demonic nature. This is called decline in dharma, increase in adharma. Even the spirit of the Mother Earth, she became highly perplexed, frightened, scared. And she took the form of a cow, went to Brahmaji and other devatas. There was a conference and all the devatas were sitting. How to make an appeal to that absolute Lord? Lord, where does he live? Someone said Ksheerasagar, but Lord Shiva said Hari Vyapaka, Sarvatra Samana, Premate Prakata Hoi Me Jana. Bhagavan is all pervasive and everywhere the same way he is present. But become manifest only when there is prayers with great love and devotion. By taste.
बैठे सुर सब करहि विचारा, कहाँ पाइय प्रभु करिय पुकारा। पुर बैकुंठ जान कह कोई, को कह पय निधि बस प्रभु सोई। जाके हृदय भगति जसि प्रीति, प्रभुतः प्रगट सदा तेहि रीति। तेहि समाज गिरिजा में रहेहूँ, अवसर पाई बचन एक कहेहूँ। हरि व्यापक सर्वत्र समाना, प्रेम ते प्रगट होई मैं जाना। देश काल दिसि विदिसि हुमाही, कहु सो कहाँ जहाँ प्रभु नाही। अग जगमय सब रहित बिरागी, प्रेम ते प्रभु प्रगटई जिमि आगी। मोर बचन सबके मन माना, साधु साधु करि ब्रह्म बखाना।
जय सुख। जय।
जय जय सुरनायक जन सुखदायक, प्रणत पाल भगवंता। गोद्विज हितकारी जय असुरारी, सिंधु सुता प्रिय कंता। पालन सुर धरनी अद्भुत कर जो सहज कृपाला दीन दयाला करऊ अनुग्रह सोई। जय जय अविनाशी सब घटवासी व्यापक परमानंदा। अभिगत गोतीतं चरित पुनीतं मायारहित मुकुंदा। जहि लागी विरागी अति अनुरागी विगत मोह मुनि वृंदा। विसि बासर ध्यावै गुण गण गावै जयति सच्चिदानंदा। जहि सृष्टि उपाई त्रिविध बनाई संग सहाय न दूजा। सो करऊ अघारी चिंत हमारी जानिय भगति न पूजा। जो भव भय भंजन मुनि मनरंजन गंजन विपति बरूधा। मन बच क्रम वाणी छाड़ी सयानी शरण सकल सुर जूथा। सारद श्रुति शेषा ऋषय शेषा जा कहूँ को नहीं जाना। जहि दीन पियारे वेद पुकारे प्रभु सो श्री भगवाना। भव भयारिधि मंदर सब विधि सुंदर गुण मंदिर सुख पुंजा। मुनि सिद्ध सकल सुर परम भयातुर नमत नाथ पद कंजा। जानि सभय सुर भूमि सुनी वचन समेत स्नेह। गगन गिरा गंभीर भई हरनि शोक संदेह। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय।
Lord Shiva said, in the log of wood, the fire is present, but you don't see that fire. Some friction is required to manifest that fire. So too the Lord is there in all our hearts. He manifests to the one who sincerely prays. Lord Shiva said, let us pray here. Well said. Everybody said, well said, let us pray here. They started praying. So Jaya Jaya Sura Nayaka, Lord, you are the Lord of all gods and all the Rishimunis, all the countless cosmoses. Bhagwan, you are the one who created so many cosmoses without taking help from anyone. Now question, how to overcome our ego? Just think about when you say, I made this, I created this. Just think, in order to create that, how many factors were necessary. You cannot take credit that you did everything. How can you so proud of your achievement? How long it will remain, which you don't know also. What is our ego? The only one who can say that I did everything, that is the Lord. Those who have surrendered to you, they will be able to cross our samsara. Now, Lord, please look at our condition. And there was an invisible voice they heard, be not afraid. For your sake, I will take birth now. I will come in Surya Vamsha. And at different yugas, different souls have done great penance to deserve to become parents of Bhagavan. Kashyapa and Atiti had done tapas. They are now born as Dasharatha and Kausalya. I will be born to them. Not only I will come, and my other Tejas also will be born as my brothers. My Maya also will be born. I will remove the burden of the earth and now be happy. Voice disappeared. At that time, this meeting is over. Now Brahmaji said, Devatas were ready to go and have party. Brahmaji said, no, come back again. We have to have our meeting. Sit down. Now Bhagavan is coming to help you, but we should also do something. Then Devata said, you said God does not need anyone's help. What help can we give? Brahmaji said, you can go and serve him. You have to become smaller than him. He is coming as Nara, and you all should become Vanara. So the gods, with their power, they created so many monkeys, and they all looked at Brahmaji, what about you? He said, I am already there as Jambavan. So Indra, son is Vali, and sun god, son is Sugriva, and Lord Shiva thought, I also should go. And his Amshavatara is Hanumanji, power of Shivji and Pavana Devata. All these monkeys in crores were waiting for Bhagavan's arrival in Kishkinda. Now here in Ayodhya, Dasharatha and Kausalya. Dasharatha had 3 wives, Kausalya, Kaikeyi, Sumitra. Dasharatha means control of 10 senses. Dasha Ratha. Ratha is always used for going out. The same way Ratha represents our senses. So the one who has complete control over 10 senses is called Dasharatha. For Dasharatha, everything was going well, but one lack, that is, he had no children. Health is there, wealth is not there. Wealth is there, health is not there. This void is complete only with Bhagavan. But what we do is that we want to fill the gap with another worldly thing. If I get a child, I will be happier. Not necessary. Lord says, fill the gap with me. Now, Dasharatha Maharaj, even Lord Indra used to respect him. Everything is there, prosperity, power. Not 1, 3 queens were there, but no child. So he went to his guru, Vasishtha Rishi. When our worldly efforts get exhausted, then only we seek divine intervention. By God's grace alone things can happen. That's why there is a saying, first is allopathy, then homeopathy, and then sympathy, then naturopathy. Nothing works, Tirupati. Now you invoke the grace of Lord. The method of invoking grace was to perform fire ritual. Here it is called Putra Kameshti Yaga. If you perform this ritual, the Lord will be pleased, and as a blessing you will have a child. Vasishtha Rishi recommended another Rishi, Rishyasingha, to perform this ritual. Raja Dasharatha performed this yajna with the help of Rishyasingha Muni, and the Lord in the form of Agni Devata manifest from the Havan Kund with a pot full of payasam made in heaven. Okay, not local ghee. Now you distribute among your queens. He blessed him and went away. So Arthabhaga Kausalya hi Dina. Kausalya was given half portion of the kheer. Upayabhaga Adhe Karakina. The other half that was there again made into two parts. Kaikeyi so Drupadeyahu. One part was given to Kaikeyi. The last one gave it to Sumitra. And Sumitraji also must have thought, I also give my half. So, Kausalyaji thought that I also give my half. She gave her half also to Sumitraji. Now Kausalyaji got Ram as her son and Bharat to Kaikeyi and Lakshman and Satrughna to Sumitraji. Now once the Lord entered the womb of Kausalya, the whole world became happy and prosperous. Now when you look at Panchang, there are 5 things: Yoga, Lagna, Graha, Vara and Triti. These are the things they see and then fix the auspicious day. Now Ramchandraji is to be born and everywhere there is joy. When Bhagavan has to come down, the whole Prakriti got geared up. Navami.
Navami Tithi Madhumasa Punita Sukala Pacha Abhijita Hari Prita Madhya Divasa Adhisidana Ghama Pavan Kala Loka Vishrama Sitala Manda Surabhi Bahabau Harashita Sura Santana Manachau Vana Kusumita Giri Kana Maniyara Sravahi Sakala Sarita Mritadhara So Avasara Viranchi Jabajana Chale Sakala Sura Saji Vimana Gagana Vimala Sankula Surajutha Gavahi Guna Gandharva Varutha Varashahi Sumana Su Anjuli Saji Gahakahi Gagana Dundubhi Baji Astuti Karahi Nagaroni Deva Bahu Vidhila Vahi Nij Nij Seva Sura Samuha Vinati Kari Paunche Nij Nij Dham Jagan Nivasa Prabhu Prakate Akhila Loka Vishram Yavar Ramachandra Ki Hanuman ki jai, Umapati Mahadev ki jai, Bolo bhai sab santan ki jai.
Bhagavan taking birth, incarnation, we taking birth, reincarnation is different. We are under the compulsion of our earlier punya papa. As far as Bhagavan is concerned, no such constraint or bondage. Bhagavan out of his own will, keeping Maya under control. Bhagavan thought he is coming in the Surya Vamsha and so he should come during daytime. Also when the sun is in the highest position, that is midday. And also 9th day, Navami. Now this number 9 is the number of Brahman, infinite. That's why if you multiply number 9 with any number, it remains as 9. You try any number. It is the number of infinite Brahman. That is why Maya Devi was upset, Bhagavan, you took Ramavatara, you came in your own number. What about my number? So Bhagavan Krishna Avatara time, Bhagavan said, okay, I will satisfy you. So he came on Ashtami, 8 number. Now 8 number you multiply, what happened? It comes down, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 1 like that. So that is the nature of Maya. So, Naumi Tithi Mathumasa Punita, that bright fortnight, spring season, Abhijit Nakshatra, Madhya Divas. You saw that Ram Lala's Pratishta also Madhya Divas. And the Abhijit Nakshatra also midday. Neither too cold nor too hot, most auspicious time, blessing the whole world. And the breeze that was blowing at that time, cool, soft, fragrant. All these great devatas and saints and sages, suddenly they start feeling great joy in their heart. They themselves did not know why. All the forest, garden, all of them knew. New flowers start blossoming. And it is said the mountains, they have many precious jewels that are hidden. Mountain said, what is the use of keeping it hidden? Like we all keep our ornaments in the locker. What we wear is in imitation only. The mountains brought out all the jewels out, and in the rivers, nectarian waters were flowing. Now Brahmaji understood this is the time for Bhagavan to appear. Once he is born, it is very difficult to get him. Before he is born, let me go there and have his darshan. And in an unmanifest form, he appeared there along with other gods, offered their prayers and went away. And in the heavens, all the celestial musicians started singing, and Apsaras started dancing, and many instruments started playing by itself. The joy giver and peace giver, even though he pervades the whole world, but at this time he manifested there. So, Boliye Siyavar Ramachandra ki. Ramchandra ji was born. Ram Lalla ki jai. Ramchandra ji was born. Then another news came. Kaikeyi also gave birth to another child. Sumitra ji gave birth to 2 boys. Anand multiplied into 4 times. When you are delighted, you open your purse and want to give and give. There was this Dasi, a maid attendant. Kausalya ji wanted to give her something. She asked me, anything, I am so happy, I will give you. She said, what asking? She said, give that baby to me, that is all I want. Let me hold that baby. Kausalya was very generous. She gave the child. The moment she took the child in her lap, she went into Mahasamadhi, because Sukhena Brahma Samsparsham Atyantam Sukhamashrute. So when you have the touch of that Lord, there is no joy equivalent to that. Now Dasharatha Maharaj came, and Vasishtha ji also came. Dasharatha Maharaj said, please chant some Vedic mantras, auspicious time. Vasishtha ji said, what Veda mantras? I have forgotten my name also. That Brahmanandam is such, when they are experiencing, who will remember what? Who is there to remember? Thus there was joy, and joy alone. When Ramchandraji was born, for 1 month there was only daytime. Bhagavan Surya Narayan did not move from his place. He went on looking at Ramchandraji. And the beauty is that no one noticed it. There was no night. You may think that it is an exaggeration. 195. Doha.
दिवस कर दिवस मर मन जानई कोई रथ समेत रवि थाके निसा कवन विधि होई.
Nobody noticed it. Do you notice time when you go to sleep? The idea is, when we are not aware of our body, time concept also goes. Everyone in Ayodhya, including Surya Bhagavan, were all in Brahmananda. Nobody did not do anything. Now, some countries, hardly a few hours of night is there. When Bhagavan is born, such miracles also can happen. And people lost the sense of time. Now, while narrating the story, Lord Shiva tells Parvati, you know, I also went there. And disguised as a Mahatma, and I took Kagabushundi also with me as my disciple. I became a Jyotishi and went there. Otherwise, they would not have allowed us there. But when a child is born, everyone wants to know the future of the child. And Kagabushundi did good publicity for me. One Himalayan Baba is coming. He Trigalatnya, Sarvajnya. Then people gave way to him. He got entry immediately. We enjoyed the sight. Remained there for quite some time. Then everybody knew that new celebrations were there. Now, the Paramatma, who is beyond all names and forms, assumed a form. The form is there, the name also should be there. When Bhagavan was born, he was appeared in Vishnu Rupa. He gave darshan to Kausalyaji, and Kausalyaji went on looking at the form. Bhagavan showed her the form to tell her that you have done tapas in earlier life, and I had promised that I will come as your son. I am fulfilling that promise. This is the point of dharma. Fulfillment of one promise is one of the most important aspects of dharma. Right from the birth, Bhagavan established Ramarajyam. First thing is Matru Devo Bhava. So he asked, Mother, you tell me, what you want me to do? So Kausalyaji said, please perform your Shishu Leela. Actually, a child gave his parents maximum joy in the Shishu Avastha. That is why they go on taking pictures, sleeping, smiling, crying, walking, running, all pictures. Looking at the baby, we are so happy. Now, the baby do nothing, but the child make others happy. Now, so obeying his mother, Bhagavan cried aloud, Rodana Thana, Tulsidaji says. Those who sing this episode of Bhagavan, they will never fall in the well of samsara. Lord is beyond name and form, but he has taken a form for our sake. Therefore, a name has to be given. Now here in this country, within 24 hours time, you have to come up with a name. They come to Swamiji also, please give a name. And I choose from Vishnu Sahasranama, Lila Sahasranama and all that, give some nice name, but they never keep that. Those days, naming ceremony was done by Kulaguru. It is that Nama Karana Kara Avasaru Jani. Dasharatha Maharaj thought that it is occasion for naming ceremony. He invited Vasishtha Rishi with honor and worshipped him and said, Maharaj, you must have thought about some name for my children. You please give the name. So you can chant Lakshmana Smanathama Priya. 117.
Lakshmana Rama Priya Sakal Jagat Adhara Guru Vasishtha Tehi Rakha Lakshmana Nama Udhara.
It comes before, right? Jo Anand Sindhu Chopai.
कछुक दिवस बीते एहि भांति जात न जानिय दिन अरुराति नाम करन कर अवसरु जानी भूप बोली पठए मुनि ज्ञानी करि पूजा भूपति अस भाषा इनके नाम अनेक अनूपा
इनके नाम अनेक अनूपा मैं नृप कहब
स्वमति अनुरूपा
जो आनंद सिंधु सुख राशि सी करते त्रैलोक सुपासी जो सुख धाम राम नामा अखिल लोकदायक विश्रामा विश्व भरण पोषण कर जोई तातर नाम भरत अस होई जाके सुमिरन तेरि पुनासा नाम शत्रुघ्न वेद मुखासा लक्षण धाम राम प्रिय सकल जगत आधार गुरु वशिष्ठ तेहि राखा लक्ष्मण नाम उदार सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय.
Vasishtha ji said, Jo Ananda Sindhu Sukha Rasi. They already have countless names. He says, your eldest son will be called Rama. That ocean of bliss, depending upon a small droplet of which all jivas of the three worlds, past, present and future, become happy. And that is Rama. That ocean of bliss is this Ram. Means Ananda Swarupaha, or to sport or to delight. That Ananda you get from the worldly experience only gives you temporary joy, but this is pure bliss. Then Vishwabharana, Bharat, nourisher, the one who nourishes the whole universe, is called Bharata. This Bharata is the one nourished the very path of devotion. Bhakti Swarupa is Bharat. Then Shatrugna, Jake Sumirana Te Ripunasa, Nama Shatrugna Veda Prakasa. The one who destroys your enemy, that enemy is none other than our own ego. Nobody gives us trouble other than our ego. Lakshmana Dhama, Supa Lakshmana means Lakshana Yukta. So, the one who is endowed with all virtues, endowed with all noble virtues. Rama Priya, dear to Rama, and Rama is dear to him. Sagala Jagat Adhar, he is the support to the whole world. Therefore, Vasishtaji named him Lakshmana. Now, little Vedantic thought. Lord said, he will come in 4 forms. So you can see, Tulsidaji says Ram, Bharat, then Shatrugna, and then Lakshmana. Actually the order is different. Rama and Bharata, then Lakshmana and Shatrugna. That is the order. But he changes the order. Tulsidaji has a purpose for it. So Parabrahma Paramatma, beyond all form, Brahman is Rama. The same Brahman with this Maya Shakti is called Ishvara. Brahman plus Maya is called Ishvara. Who is the creator, sustainer, ruler of the whole world. And that is why he is Bharat. Then through the total mind he is called Hiranyagarbha or Brahmaji. So one who rule over the subtle bodies. So subtle body is where the ego rests. Ego appears. So Shatrugna, because in Shatrugna's, in Ramayana, Shatrugna's story, you never see he is killing some Rakshasa or anything. Only one Lavanasura Yuddham is there. That is all. But otherwise he was very quiet, isn't it? But what is the real Shatru? That is our ego. The one who destroys our ego is called Shatrugna. Then this physical world, the whole cosmos, that Virat Purusha, the manifest form of the world, that is called Lakshmana. That's why Lakshmana is Ananda Sheshanak Avatara. He is the one who holds the entire universe. Now these little children, Ram, Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrugna, growing together, their love for each other was exemplary. All of them loved Ramchandraji so much, and it so happened that Rama and Lakshmana became a pair and Bharata Shatrugna became another pair. Rama was of a dark bluish complexion and Lakshmana was fair complexion. Bharata was also of blue complexion and Shatrugna was of fair complexion. When colors are in contrast, it enhances the beauty of each one. Here we do not find too much of Balalila, like in Srimad Bhagavat. Tulsidaji mentions few things, only few things. Tulsidaji says those who are not able to revel and enjoy the beauty and the beautiful play of Bhagavan childhood, they are actually cheated. They have deprived themselves the greatest joy. Now when they grew to be Kumaravastha, about 8 to 10 years old, they were given Yajñopavidam, initiation into the phase of a student, Gayatri Mantra Upadesha, That means now onwards your schooling begins. They used to study in Gurukul. They are Rajakumaras. They could have employed a teacher for their learning. But according to tradition, the children were sent to Guru's place to stay with him and learn. Guru Griha Gaye Patana Rakurai Alapakala Vidya Sabai. Kul means family. Stay in Guru's family as one family. Krishna and Sudama lived together. A poor Brahmin's family, Sudama was. This kul only became school in English. Kul. The entire Vedas are considered like a breath of Lord. Means how easily we breathe. So easily Vedas were revealed by Bhagavan. He is the source of knowledge. He doesn't have to go to anywhere to learn. But when he is born as a human being or taken the form of a human being, he follows the disciplines. So we must learn from a guru. You learn from a guru, then your vidya is very well established. Vidya, learning, education, and the test of learning is Vinaya, humility. That knowledge which makes people arrogant is ignorance. It is not true knowledge, because they were Rajakumaras, they were taught Dhanurvidya, archery. In the Gurukul, one thing they were taught to every student is the eternal value of life. They are common. Then if he is a Rajakumara, then he has to learn economics, political science, and archery and warfare. It was not meant for everybody. Now what happened? Even a child can buy a gun now. In olden time, those people who had the discipline and temperament, they were allowed to have weapons. So Ram, Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrughna, they used to play Rajakumara. Rajakumar Leela. Anyone watching these two pairs of Rajakumaras, it was a feast to their eyes. And here, daily routine is also given. Dinacharya. Dinacharya, Jivancharya. Management of the entire life means student life, married life, retired life, and sannyas. In student life, you learn. In Grihastha life, you earn. Vanaprastha life, you turn. And in sannyasa, no return. Dinacharya means how do you manage your everyday life? How you live your everyday, that will determine your whole life. It is said Rama used to get up early in the morning, after bath, Sandhyavandanam, and all that he used to go, and after that he used to go to do namaskar to his parents. Thereafterward they used to ask, what is your command for me today? And whatever father used to say, then he used to do that. Thus, in this way, their routine were. In this way they were growing up. In this Balakand, you will find the duties, values, and culture one should absorb as we grow up as a child is given very nicely here. Now, after 205 Doha, Vishwamitra.
यह सब चरित कहा मैं गाई, आगिली कथा सुनहु मन लाई। विश्वामित्र महामुनि ज्ञानी, बसहि विपिन शुभ आश्रम जानी। जहाँ
जप यज्ञ जोग मुनि करही अति मारीच सुबाहुहि डरही देखत यज्ञ निशाचर धावही करही उपद्रव मुनि दुख पावही गाधि तनय मन चिंता व्यापी हरि बिनु मरहि न सिचर पापी तब मुनि बर मन कीन विचारा प्रभु अवतरयु हरन मही भारा एहु मिस देखी पर जाई करि बिनती आनौ दो भाई ज्ञान विराग सकल गुण आयना सो प्रभु मैं देखब भरी नयना बहुविधि करत मनोरथ जात
लागी नहीं बार करि मज्जन सरहु जल
गए भूप दरबार सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय.
You will find in every canto one person or character comes and the story move forward. Vishwamitra Rishi was living in Siddhashramam. It is said that this Siddhashramam is near Patna in Bihar, near Baskar or somewhere. And what he found was that whenever he wants to perform any yaga or yajna, there were two Rakshasas, Maricha and Subahu. They had their host of others also. They were the sons of one of she-demon called Tataka. They used to come and disturb the yajna. They used to put some dirty things in the Havan Kund and make it unholy. Even though Vishwamitra Rishi was so powerful, if he wanted, he could have cursed them and finished them. But one problem was, when he sit for the yajna, he has to take a vow that he will not get angry or curse anyone. But Vishwamitra, the name indicates he is a friend to all good and bad people. Therefore, he thought that if a person dies due to the curse of a rishi, he will never get gati. But if he dies in the hands of the Lord, he will go to heaven. So the rishi thought that I don't want them to go to hell due to my curse. Let them die in the hands of Lord. Then he remembered, oh yes, I heard the news that the Lord alone has incarnated already as Ram to Dasharatha and Kausalya, and Ram, Lakshman are always together. After all, the avatars are for what? To protect the sadhus. Therefore, why not? I approach Dasharatha Maharaj and request Ram, Lakshman. Just as the idea came to the mind, the rishi started to go to Ayodhya. Thinking about Bhagavan's love for Rishi Munis, he reached Ayodhya. Without knowing the pains of travel, he took a bath in Sarayu Nadi and he came to the palace of Dasharatha Maharaj. The moment Dasharatha Maharaj got the news that Vishwamitra Rishi himself has come here, he ran with all the Brahmanas and received with all Veda mantras, brought him, and not only that, made him sit in his own throne, Simhasan, washed his feet and worshipped him, and he was given the royal food and made him relax. Only then, when he saw that Rishi is relaxed, then only he called Rama, Lakshman, Bharata, Shatrugna for receiving his blessing. Each one is so handsome, but his eyes stayed with Ramchandraji, kept on looking at Rama. Now Dasharatha Maharaj was happy. Maharaj, what brings you here? Please tell me and take it that it is done. Whatever be your wish, please tell me and I will not delay in fulfilling that. He said, Hey Rajan, these demons are troubling me and therefore I have come here requesting you to give me your two sons, Ram, Lakshman. And they will kill those Rakshasas and my yajna will be successful and all will be very happy. Now Dasharatha Maharaj would have said okay, because he already said his word, but suddenly his face color faded. Vishwamitra Rishi noticed that and he said, Rajan, Dehu Bhupa Mana Harshita. Give me happily what I am asking for and give up your ignorance and delusion. I know what you are thinking. They are only Kumaras and how can they face enemies like demons? Your attachment to them, that is why you are thinking like this. All those things I understand. But if you fulfill your promise, you will get great fame for fulfilling your promise and doing dharma palanam. No harm will come to them. Only good will happen to them. Now, Suni Raja Ati Apriyavani. Raja heard the most unpleasant demand and Dasharatha Maharaj started trembling and his love for Rama was so much, he said, Maharaj, you have not asked thoughtfully. Now think about this. To tell Vishwamitraji directly like that, knowing the consequences, without thinking you are asking such words. Maharaj, in my old age only I got these four children. They are so dear to me. But then when it comes to Rama, he is my life. How can I give? My life depends on seeing Rama. If I don't see him, I'll be like a fish out of water. You ask anything else. Ask for land, wealth, other army. I myself am ready to come to protect your yajna. But don't ask Ram. When he said that, in Valmiki Ramayana, it is said that Vishwamitra got angry. But in Tulsi Ramayana there is a twist, so beautiful. And he said that Vishwamitra Rishi in his heart felt very happy, it seems, because of the love for Rama, which was making him say those words. He did not think that he is going back on his words, but extreme love for Rama made him say such things. But then he looked at Vishwamitraji. Vishwamitraji looked at Vasishtaji. Then Vasishtaji understood. So Vasishtaji called the king to a private room and explained. Tusidaji did not say what did he explain, but we have to imagine. Number one, Maharaj, when you give word to a Mahatma and going back on that is not right. Number two, you never had a child. You wanted one child, but the blessings of the yajna, you got 4 children. Out of the 4, he wants only 2. For what? To protection of yajna only. Therefore you should give. Now it is a lesson for all of us. Children are yours and they must look after you. But remember, the society also will have the right over them. Number 3, Vishwamitraji is not an ordinary rishi. He himself was a king before, became Rajarshi and then became Brahmarshi. Even from worldly standpoint, accompanying such great master will be great education. They will learn a lot about history, culture and everything. It will be an education tour. No harm will come. But still, Dasharatha Maharaj was not convinced. Now the 4th point, Maharaj, you remember one Jyotishi, astrologer had come. Yes, I remember. He had told that when they become young boys, then one Rishi will come and take them. And also he had told that he will bring them back married. I think that point appealed to him the most. They will get married and come back, okay. Then Dasharatha Maharaj calls Ram and Lakshmana and says, please, now go with Vishwamitra Rishi and serve him. Now he is like your father. And he tell Vishwamitra Rishi, these 2 boys are like your children. Please take care of them. And Kausalyaji also came and said, Ram is very shy. He will not ask anything. But he like butter misri. He likes it very much. Please give him. Now look at the training. Rajkumaras, but going on foot, no chariot, no servant, no hold all, that we have packed a suitcase or anything to carry with them. And finally, they reached Siddhashramam. On the way to Siddhashram, they came across a demoness named Tataka. Rama was hesitant to kill her as she was a lady. But Vishwamitra told him to kill her. She was also under a curse. With the blessings of the Lord, she regained her celestial form and went away. In Ramavatara and Krishnavatara, you see, first culprit was a lady, isn't that? Krishnavatara, Putana. Ramavatara, Tataka. That stand for ignorance. After reaching Siddhashram, the next day morning, Ramchandraji said, Maharaj, you brought us for your yajna, raksha, but you don't seem to be in a hurry at all to do anything. Let us start some yajna. Now Vishwamitraji thought that we do yajna yagas to reach Paramatma. We already have him. Then why perform yajna? That was his thinking. Maybe you do not need, but for the sake of the society, therefore you must do it. Bhagavan doesn't say all that, but requested him to start yajna. Vishwamitra Rishi recognized in Rama the Lord. So earlier he had obtained the knowledge of Dhanurvidya and gained all celestial weapons. He gave everything to Sri Ramchandraji and Lakshmana, and also taught Bala, Ati Bala. That means if you chant this mantra, you will not feel hunger and thirst, and you remain free from hunger and thirst and healthy. Rishis gathered and started their yajna. Rama Lakshmana guarding the yajnashala. This Maricha and Subahu saw these teenagers are guarding the yajnashala. They laughed. He will finish them in no time. And when they came to disturb, Bhagavan shot one Agni Ban and that Subahu burned and died. Another ordinary arrow shot at Marija, and he was thrown away 800 miles away from Bihar. He was thrown to Mumbai. Marija fell down, and such was the fear instilled in him. He said, I am taking sannyas. Then he started living like a tapaswin there. He was so afraid of any word in which Ra or Ma, he should get afraid. Even in his own name, Ra, Ma is there. So he was afraid to say his name. That was the fear. Now after a long time, the yajna was successfully completed. Bolo Sri Ramachandra Bhagavan ki Jai. There are certain things in this world, they are symbols of dharma. Just like a flag of a nation is not just a piece of cloth, but it symbolizes the nation. Someone insults that flag, it is the insult of the nation. If someone burns that flag, it is greater insult. Don't say, why are you worried about get a new one? Don't say that. Therefore, Veda, Shastra, Brahmana, cow are not protected. Our dharma is not protected. Therefore, protecting yajna is a very big thing. So all the rishis were very happy and they loved Rama and Lakshmana very much. They wanted to give them something, but they don't have anything. So they started telling stories from Puranas. And Ram, Lakshman, even though they knew the stories, they listened as though listening for the first time. Now mission accomplished and can go back home. But Vishwamitra Rishi said, Rama, there is one more yajna unfinished. Somehow it is also not complete. Therefore, you should come with me to complete that yajna. Which yajna? Dhanush yajna. Bow sacrifice. In Mithila Nagari, Janaka Maharaj is there and he has a daughter, Sita. Her marriage depends upon the fulfillment of one condition. Lord Shiva's bow is there and nobody is able to lift it. One who can lift it and string it, he can marry Sita. Therefore, you should complete that yajna also. Vishwamitraji understood that Rama had soft corner for a yajna. Like the word prasad for all of us. See. Bhagavan said, all right, those days there was no communication system. Now one job is over and another one I am taking them. Vishwamitra did not inform Dasharatha Maharaj. Now Vishwamitra Rishi, Ram and Lakshman, they are going towards Mithila Nagari. Then what happened, we will see tomorrow.